Did you know that the GTA market had a third straight month where it had reduced number of sales? Find out the whole story in our June market update coming up next. Hey everybody, Rohit here from Royal Maple Real Estate. Today bringing you the market stats for the Toronto, Mississauga and Oakville regions. As usual, if you want a market stat update for any other regions, please do not hesitate to contact me and I'll be happy to provide you with one. Let's get started with the active listings versus the number of sales in each of these regions. In Toronto, in May 2021, we had about 4,100 sales. That dropped down to about 3,850 in the month of June. Whereas we had about 5,200 active listings in May in Toronto, which also dropped to just about 5,100 in the month of June. So a decrease in number of sales and a decrease in number of active listings for the Toronto region. In Mississauga, what happened? Mississauga, Oakville had similar stories. In Mississauga, we had about 1,071 sales in May. That dropped down to about 1,044 sales in June, and active listings dropped from about 1,044 in May to about 1,022 in June 2021. In Oakville, we had about 400 sales in the month of May. That dropped down to about 380. And in active listing sector in Oakville, we had about 395 active listings in the month of May, which dropped down to about 360 in the month of June. So all three regions experienced a decrease in number of sales and a decrease in number of active listings. What did that do to the months of inventory in each of these areas? Well, the months of inventory remained practically the same throughout the board, where Toronto is still at 1.3 months of inventory, Mississauga is 1 month of inventory, and Oakville had a slight decrease from 1 month to 0.9 months of inventory. Not a very significant change. What did that do to the sale price? Let's move on to that. Sale price for the first time had a decrease in all three regions. All three regions experienced a decrease month over month in the sale price. As you remember, last month Oakville had an increase in the sale price. So in 2021, this is the first month where all three regions experienced a decrease in the sales price. So Toronto went from 1.11 million to 1.08 million in June. Mississauga went from 1.06 million to 1.02 million in June. And Oakville went from 1.47 million in May to 1.43 million in June. So Toronto experienced a decrease of about 3.3%, Mississauga of about 4.4%, and Oakville of about 2.7%. So what happened year over year? This one is for all the sellers out there. In Toronto, we went from 1.02 million to 1.07 million, an increase of about 5%. In Mississauga, we went from 0.9 million to about 1.09 million, an increase of about 12%. And in Oakville, we went from 1.25 million to 1.43 million year over year in June, an increase of about 13%. So that's it for the overall market update. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.